Good morning, St. Andrews. I'm Dana Leota, and I work here with our St. Andrews Leadership Institute. And I wanted to share with you this morning about a couple of conversations I've been having lately regarding the topic of faith and work. And this funny notion that we have that there's this divide between the sacred world and the secular world. As if when we leave the walls of this church, we're stepping into a secular world in which we no longer need to be aware of God's presence or of how spirituality really integrates into those spaces. And I think it comes up especially when we consider the work that we do. If you're not in ministry full-time, a pastor, working at a church, it's easy to consider the work you do as secular. Well, I've been talking with people about what it would look like to get rid of that divide, to consider everything as spiritual, that we might go into those spaces anticipating how we would uncover holiness in new places. There's a notion that scholars actually believe hits back to one of our very first callings. Now, we're very familiar in the Bible with the calling to go and make disciples from Matthew 28, the Great Commission. Some scholars believe, actually, that this was a reframing of what they call the cultural mandate. Back in Genesis, when God tells Adam and Eve to be fruitful and increase in number, to fill the earth and subdue it. Now, what he's saying in that moment is not to fill the earth and abuse it or exploit it, but by using the word subdue it, he's saying to work it, to till it, to create alongside our Creator God. And that's what he's inviting Adam and Eve into in that moment. So if we look at these two callings, we have the Great Commission and this cultural mandate to consider our lives as invitations to create alongside God. How would that reframe the work that we do? Whether you are a mom and you work to give your kids a good life, whether you are a business person, whether you work in law, whatever the work is that you do, maybe you're a barista, you have an invitation to create and to participate in God's continuing redemptive work. God did not stop working at the end of those 7 days when he finished creation. He is continually creating and working to this day. And we are invited to join him in that and to participate with him in that. So go today knowing that everything is spiritual. Everything you engage in your day has the opportunity to uncover holiness. I hope you see that today in whatever you do.